Welcome to the realm of intoxicating flavors and head-banging beer reviews.
Welcome to another episode of the Rare Beer Club. I'm your host, the Ginger Yeti, and if you're new to the channel, the Rare Beer Club is a subscription club put out by the beerofthemonthclub.com. I receive a box like this every month. It contains 2 hand-selected beers. Costs about $60 a month. They used to put bombers in here, but since most breweries don't bottle their beers in bombers anymore, they started putting cans, which is kind of a good deal because it used to be a 750 milliliter bomber. Now you get 2 pint cans, so I'm actually getting more beer out of the deal. So I unbox the beers, and I'll select one randomly to review now, and then research the other one to review later. Get this open here. They used to provide paperwork, which is super cool, but now they provide just a brief synopsis, like this little laminated card. But you can go on their website and find out all about the beers. So I got split here. It's 1 bottle and 2 cans. Get these out of here and take a look at them, and then I'll pick one to review. I recognize the one brewery already. I've definitely had beers from this brewery. I don't know if I've ever reviewed any beers from this brewery. So the 2 cans are Maple Breakfast Coffee 10w-40 Imperial Stout Brewed with coffee, vanilla, and lactose. Contains alcohol from Hi-Wire Brewing. I've definitely had the 10w-40 before. I don't know if I've ever reviewed it on my channel, but I've definitely had Hi-Wire beers. I've had the 10w-40 before. And then there's this big bomber bottle of, I don't know what. It just says Roos 2024. What the hell is this? There's not a lot of information on this bottle. It's like a big dark green bottle. Very heavy bottle. I'll have to defer to this paperwork here. Well, not even paperwork, this little laminated card. Roos is a blonde ale and lambic sour blend. All right, and then, like I said, we've got the 10w-40 Maple Breakfast Coffee. And you know, wow, the Roos is only 6.5%. But, man, it's a tough one. I really want to review this one. What's that on the cap here? Well, this one says it's from 2024. And this is the, okay. It's from 2020. This is my 2024 box, September of 2024. Or, Jesus. This is my September of 2025 box. This label says 2024. There's an expiration date on the bottle of May 30th of 2029. So, since I can definitely age this for a while longer, I'm going to put this one aside. Review this on another day, if I can get in the box correctly. And I'm going to review the Hi-Wire here. So I've definitely had Hi-Wire before. We'll take a look at the can here. There's no candle and date that I can see. Can just says Maple Breakfast Coffee with 10w-40, like an oil can kind of rating. Imperial Stout Brewed with coffee, vanilla, and lactose. Contains alcohol. Hi-Wire Brewing. Look back here. Alcohol by volume 8%, 1 pint. Imperial Stout Brewed with coffee, vanilla, lactose, natural flavors. Brewed and canned by the 3 Ring Brewing Company, LLC, Ashville, North Carolina. Hi-Wire Brewing. That's everything on the can here. It's just this kind of weird looking can. And like I said, they used to provide paperwork. Now they provide these little laminated cards. Not really a big fan of this. I like the paperwork, but it is what it is. So a little blurb on this laminated card says, from North Carolina's Hi-Wire Brewing, this limited 10w-40 release is a decadent imperial stout layered with indulgence. Aromas of chocolate, maple, and roasted coffee rise first, while vanilla and cinnamon add warming sweetness. The palate is thick and dessert-like, balancing roasted beans, dark toffee, and milk sugar richness. Subtle molasses and a touch of spice complete the pour, delivering complexity wrapped in luscious, velvety depth. All right, that's cool. set this aside somewhere in my giant mess. I got too much on my desk here. However, as I complain about them no longer having the paperwork, they do have what used to be on the paperwork on the website. Scroll down here, find the Rare Beer Club. Where is it? I thought I had it pulled up. I kind of had it pulled up, but didn't because I didn't want to see what the beers were. All right. Let's click on this and read more. So, Hi-Wire Brewing, 10w-40 Maple Breakfast Coffee, 8%, 16 ounce, serving temperature 49 to 56 degrees Fahrenheit. And I've always said, if you watch my Rare Beer Club reviews, 99 out of 100 times suggest Tulip Snifter. It's always one of those two. This also says Chalice or Small Nonic. So I've got something like that. Let's pick this. This is kind of like a Globe Snifter / Chalice kind of glass, I imagine. And there's a little blurb about Hi-Wire Brewing, if I can pull it up here. Hi-Wire Brewing was founded in the summer of 2013 by Adam Charnack and Chris Fosacker, and it quickly rose to become one of North Carolina's fastest growing craft breweries. Known for producing well-balanced core beers such as Hi-Wire Lager, Betta Nails Brown. Somebody I just saw reviewed that. It might have been Ethan's Beer and Vinyl. He might have just reviewed that. And High Pitch IPA. The brewery expanded its operations in 2015 with the opening of its primary production facility in Ashville, affectionately called the Big Top. Also in Asheville, Hi-Wire operates the South Slope Specialty Brewery and Tap Room, which focuses on wild and sour ales, and the Rad Beer Garden. They also have locations in Durham, Knoxville, Wilmington, Charlotte, and Louisville. I don't think I realized that a location in Knoxville. I'll have to go check that out. There's a lot more here on the website. I mean, I'll link this website down below in the description. I used to link the paperwork and post the paperwork. But I'll link the website down there so you can read the rest of it. Skim through here. Over the years, Hi-Wire has earned several accolades, including being named Best New North Carolina Brewery in 2013 by Rate Beer, RIP, and winning gold medals at the Great American Beer Festival in 2016 for German-style Marzen, 2019 for Sour Brown Ale aged on Palo Santo wood, a sour brown ale. I'd love to try that. And in 2021 for a Japanese dry rice lager made with Ben's American Sake Koji. I reviewed a Koji rice lager not too long ago. Rice lagers are becoming a big thing right now. So for them to do one in 2021 and win an award, they were ahead of the game right there. Let's get on to the tasting notes here. Did the beer specs. Let's get on to the tasting notes here. Hi-Wire brews the original version of their 10w-40 Imperial Stout once per year, along with a handful of periodic small batches of different unique variants. This month we have the pleasure of bringing you their new Maple Breakfast Coffee Edition. Production is extremely limited, so it's wise to stock up before it's gone. Hi-Wire's 10w-40 Maple Breakfast Coffee is bold Imperial Stout, offering notes of chocolate, maple, vanilla, cinnamon, and of course, bold coffee. Supplied by Asheville's High Noon Coffee. On the pour, we get a deep, opaque black with a thick, creamy, medium brown foam that lingers. The foam retention is moderate, leaving a good amount of lacing around the glass, which emphasizes the seriousness of this stout. The aroma is a decadent mix of roasted coffee beans with secondary chocolate notes, enriched by a warm layer of vanilla, which adds a subtle dessert-like quality. As we savor the aroma, more layers emerged. Deeply roasted malts, dark caramel, bruleed brown sugar, deep earthy undertones, and a hint of dried blackberries. This beer's base stout already stands strong on its own, but the special additions elevate it to a new level. This limited run version opens with layers of deeply roasted coffee, dark yet smooth chocolate undertones, shades of warm maple, and spicy cinnamon, all supported by the rich malty backbone and subtle bitterness. The vanilla infusion is warm and melts nicely with the lactose for a sweet quality that's perfect for the coffee and other bitter elements to play off. As the beer warms, the flavors become more prominent, adding depth and complexity to this extremely quaffable brew. So I should have opened it already, but let's open it now. I mean, As this is July, the end of July of 2026, this was shipped out. I received it in September of 2025 while I was on tour with somebody. Just now getting into it, trying to get caught up on all these rare beers. Still have a big pile of them, obviously, since I get them once a month, and I'm still just shy of a year behind. Just got one the other day. But let's get this on in. I will say that maple is one of those adjuncts that seems to disappear very quickly with age, unfortunately. So I hope this one hasn't aged too long and I pick up the maple. And hopefully it's Ohio maple, not Canadian maple, right, Shane? And I will definitely, wow, that splattered everywhere. Making a sticky mess on my 10-year-old iPad, whatever it is. Can't have anything new. That's why we can't have nice things. Oh, I don't know where I was going to go with that one. That shaklook just popped everywhere. That is a deep, dark beer right there with a dark tan head for sure. Get a nose on it. I'm actually, before I even bring it up, just popping it, I'm getting sticky, sweet maple scent. Just the beer sitting here being open. It's just a big, sticky, like pancake syrup smell. Hashtag dip your beak in it. Yeah, that's like a burnt maple syrup, pancake syrup kind of smell. That just smells super sticky sweet, just like pancake syrup. It's more along the lines of like generic pancake syrup. Pancake syrup you would get at like IHOP or Mrs. Butterworth or Aunt Jemima, something like that. Almost like a buttery quality to it. Well, a little bit of like that burnt, like when you get the pancakes with the burnt edges, that like burnt char edge of the pancake. It's kind of got that smell to it. Yeah, this smells like something I should just be drizzling all over pancakes. Color, super rich, dark black. I mean, that's midnight black, well over the 40 plus on the SRM chart. Probably holding that way above the camera view. Super dark midnight black. It had a big, dark tan, like burnt caramel tan head, slowly dissipating. It looks like chunky and has like this plastic looking sheen on the top of the foam. Man, it smells like it's going to be super cloyingly sweet. I don't know about this. I mean, if it tastes like it smells, I don't know if I'll like it because it smells super cloyingly sticky sweet. Let's find out. Cheers, everybody. Medium on the verge of being full, but it's like the high end of medium. Not as sticky or sweet as it smelled. I do pick up a little bit of maple syrup. There's a lot of caramel going on in there. But it's like caramelized syrup. It is sweet. There is some chocolate notes in there. So what was this saying again about the nose and the taste? Aroma is a decadent mix of roasted coffee beans. I don't get the coffee. Secondary chocolate notes, yeah, rich by warm layers of vanilla. Maybe I'm getting some vanilla. What else does it say here? Roasted malt, yeah. Dark caramel, yeah. Brulee brown sugar, I can see that. Deep earthy undertones, not really. Dry blackberries, absolutely not. As far as the flavors go, they say deeply roasted coffee. I'm not getting coffee at all. Dark yet smooth chocolate undertones. Yeah, I can agree with that. Shades of warm maple syrup, warm maple and spicy cinnamon. I don't get cinnamon at all. I do get maple. Rich roasted malt backbone. Yeah, subtle bitterness. No, not really. I'm still tasting that like sugary mapleness in my mouth. Vanilla infusion is warm and melds nicely with the lactose for its sweet quality. Definitely. Perfect for the coffee and other bitter elements. I don't get any bitter elements off this. Definitely not getting any bitter elements off this. Maybe there is some like coffee grounds, coffee flavor in there that I missed earlier. So Hi-Wire, excuse me, 10w-40 Imperial Stout Foundation is substantial, offering a luxurious, full-bodied experience. It's smooth mouthfeel, yeah, smooth mouthfeel. Fine mousse of bubbles, yes. Plays well with the flavors as they linger on the palate. The finish is long-lasting blend of dark coffee and roasted malt bitterness. Maybe I'll give them the coffee. I don't know about the bitterness. Creamy chocolate touches, yeah. Lactose sweetness, absolutely on the finish. And maple. Beneath the beer's dominant flavor lie more complex notes from the stout's darker specialty malts with hints of pepper, nope. Dark toffee, nope. Touch of molasses, maybe. The creamy carbonation allows this beer to drink lighter than it is, while a touch of alcohol at 8% ABV adds warmth and balance. It definitely drinks lighter than what it is. It's definitely creamy carbonation. At 8%, I'm surprised that I am picking up a very, very faint hint of warming right here. But a year out from when they sent this to me, this is definitely decadent. It's definitely a dessert beer. It's sweet. It's very sticky, like maple syrup sticky. Absolutely pick up the maple, which I'm kind of shocked at because a lot of times when you get these beers and if you age them on accident or purpose, the maple kind of tends to fade. I'm definitely getting like that maple syrup stickiness, but it's more of like a sweet syrup, Mrs. Butterworth or Aunt Jemima syrup sweetness. Not that good Ohio maple syrup sweetness. And don't worry, Ohio maple syrup is way better than that Canadian maple syrup. Right, Shane from Shane's Craft Beer Reviews. But this is really excellent. Go check out, before I continue, go check out Shane from Shane's Craft Beer Reviews. He's a good friend of mine. We argue all the time about maple syrup because I think Ohio has the best maple syrup. And of course, he's Canadian, so he has to stick with the Canadian brands. But we all know Ohio maple syrup is the best maple syrup. Anyways, this beer from Hi-Wire, the Maple Breakfast Coffee 10w-40 Imperial Stout Brewed with coffee, vanilla, and lactose. Overall, really tasty dessert stout. Very decadent. Very well done. I'd give you 1.5 horns up. I don't know what the price point would be if you could even find this, but this is a tasty stout. I mean, if you can find this for like $6, $7, $8, $6, it would be a steal. If you can find this $7, $8, $9 range, that would still be a good price for this. It's tasty beer. I don't know if they still make this. If you can find some of these variants from Hi-Wire, these 10w-40 variants, I know I've had the 10w-40 multiple times. I don't know if I've ever reviewed it on my channel. Maybe I need to find one of those and review it. But if you can find some of these variants, I'd like to try more of them. I'd like to know if you've tried some of them. If you've made it this far in the video, let me know down below in the comments if you've had any of the variants of 10w-40 or if you've had 10w-40. Also, let me know down below in the comments if you're a subscriber of Shane's Craft Beer Review. And Shane, if you made it this far in the video, let me know down below if Ohio maple syrup is better than Canadian maple syrup. Thank you all for watching. I really appreciate it. And as always, embrace the adventure.